Good stuff. All right. Let's go to, we're going to do another exercise at the end of the day here, which I think will be great for you. I like that. I do so many of these, like the exercises we did this morning. I do a lot of those. I picked my favorite 5 or 6 that have really meant a lot to me, and they mean more over time. So the things we're going over today, I promise you, if you use them, you'll modify them, you'll make copies of them, you might take 2 of them and tweak them together, but they're really, really good tools. All right, constructing your network. Everybody to that page? Kind of looks like that. And on the constructing your network sheet, the top part's really going to help us with the bottom. But really, we got really clear this morning, I think, on what your purpose of being here is. Why it's important that you guys took the time out of your weekend to travel, to spend money, to be here and share your time with us. And for allowing me to be on your team. And I really do appreciate that you allow me into your life and allow me to share what I know with you guys. But you guys came here for a reason. I think we got really clear on that. We spent a little time on it. We knew you kind of spent a little time of knowing where you are right now currently, where you'd love to go, looking back a year from now, what would be a win for you, and how you're going to get there. And I'm hoping that how you're going to get there, I bet to say if you fill that out again tonight, there'll be a lot more things in the capabilities section all the way at the bottom. There'll be some things you learned today and go, that's how I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there with, probates, or I'm going to get there with better communication skills, or I'm going to get there because I'm not afraid to talk to somebody and share what I know. I'm not afraid to make a low offer. So now let's just take what we learned today and think about it, and I'd love for us to take the time to fill this out right now, because I want you to fill this out here so I know it gets done, and you guys bring it with you tonight, and maybe when you're having dinner, after dinner, or maybe sitting out this lovely weather, go out by the pool, take a look at this, and the other things you filled out, reflect on some of the things you learned today, be prepared. Now tomorrow, I'm going to be on this couch the entire day. So I'll be up here talking all day. We're going to have some of our top students come up and share their actual techniques of what works. So you can take them down, go home, and try them yourself. Tomorrow's going to be an amazing day. Not that today wasn't. Okay, so let's take a little time and write down your top 3 goals. A certain amount of money. And maybe you could be more specific. You want to make a certain amount of money in the next 12, 18, 24 months. You want the freedom in your life to make your own choices. You want to support your family. You want to be the only one on your block not worried about a recession ever again for the rest of your life. Whatever your top 3 goals are, but what's really important to the right of that is write down why that goal is important to you. And a lot of this comes out of what we did with those 7 steps today, because your goals will be easy to write down, but why they're important to you, I bet you'll be a little deeper because of that conversation we had this morning and you guys sharing with each other. Okay, going on to the next one. If you guys aren't done, I'm sorry I'm going too fast, but again, you could just go as fast as you can. Of course, you guys can all read and understand that, but it's real important to sometimes think about if you don't achieve your goals. So many times we write down the pleasure feelings of what it'll be like to achieve our goals, to have freedom, to feel secure, to feel like so many of the people in here who have done a deal and know that sense of accomplishment to cash that first check. All that feels great. But what if you wrote down 3 things of what if you don't reach your goals? What will life be like in a year from now if you don't take action with real estate or you don't reach those goals that you have in the top part of this paper? What kind of pain might you feel? How will it affect you personally, your family, people around you? I hate to dredge up pain, but if that motivates you to take action, then I'll stoop that low. And then obviously moving on, the next one, if you're not there, I'm just going to talk about it. You can keep writing. The top benefits to you. So many times we set goals, and this is such a group of caring people that want to help others and help their family. But for a minute, be a little selfish. And then that top 3 benefits to me, meaning you, what would the top 3 benefits to you personally be if you reached your 3 goals? And be selfish for a moment. Think about you for a second, because we all intuitively think of the universe, the people around us, the people we love. What if you were just selfish for a minute and say, what would the byproduct of you reaching those 3 goals, what would the byproduct be for you personally? Can we go on to the next one, or am I going too fast? Who thinks I'm going too fast? All right. The last one, this is really, really important. And it's a lot of the reason why we just did constructing your network. And a network can be, I'll just tell you a little story. For years, I felt like, and this is a word I stole from a friend that is better, much more elegant with words to define something. But I guess I was a rugged individualist. And what he describes as a rugged individual is someone who learned everything through trial and error. I didn't really have any mentors in my life. I had great family that I loved, but there was nobody who made money in my family. There was no one who thought about bigger futures. Wasn't smart enough to go to an event like this or even read books. I just figured the only way I was going to make it is to get out there and do it. And I spent a lot of years working 15-hour days and 7 days a week for years and years and years. And what I realized a lot of times, and even in my little town, and I have a couple of my good friends here, very few, and I care a lot about my friends, and I still talk to a lot of them from that little town, is I surrounded myself sometimes with the people that I was the biggest fish in the pond, and I was the crazy one, and I was the one that took risks. And it's like playing tennis with somebody you beat over and over again. You're never going to get better. And it's the fight of trying to keep the people around you positive when they're really not, and they don't ever want to be, even though you try and you do everything in your life to make them see a bigger future. And what I realized is not only was I a rugged individual and had to learn all this stuff on my own and fight my way out, I had to fight all the negativity around me because I was surrounding myself with the wrong people. Now, that's hard in a lot of instances, and I know if you guys watch my blog, I talk about this a lot because I'm passionate about it. Because a lot of the people that are the most negative are the people that you love or love you the most. So how do you do it when you go home and tell your parents you want to get involved in real estate and they tell you you're nuts? Or your husband or wife thinks if you spend $1 out of the bank account on real estate, we're done. So it's not an easy task. So with the people you love, you can't eliminate them out of your life. You just got to find strategies that deal with them so you can find different people to replace that. And I'll tell you, it was only about 3.5 years ago that I stopped being such the rugged individualist and really made an effort because I wanted to take myself and my company and my family to the next level. I sought out people that made me step it up. I wanted to play tennis with someone that whooped my butt, that I needed to step my game up. Somebody who, when you told them about, listen, how many people in your life right now do you have that if you walked up to them and said, I'm going to do amazing things with real estate. Here's my 1-year vision. Look at these 7 things I did. Look at this goal sheet. Look at my constructing my network. This is where I'm going in the next year. How many people do you have in your life that would say, I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. Good luck. If there's anything I can do to support you, even if it's just emotionally, let me know. How many people have that person in their life? That's awesome that you have that. That's the kind of people you want. And the people that say, are you serious? Are you kidding me? That's the people you got to eliminate or push out or find another way to deal with them or put a glass wall up that you don't let that feed in because our outside world influences us so much. So the reason I want to construct your network is I really would love in this part in the bottom, the top people that you want to add to your network. I want you to think a network of the people that support you. Literally 3.5 years ago, I surrounded myself, like I said, with people that were big thinkers. They had a bigger future. Here's a really good way to determine someone if they're a positive influence in your life. This is my little thing. If you spend talking with them for 15 minutes, are they talking about how things were in their life yesterday and years prior? And do they find out why things aren't working immediately? Well, how are you going to get ahead in a market like this? Oh, the president. You see what he's doing with taxes? If I'd get ahead if I didn't have an idiot as a boss. If those conversations come up, I don't judge people. I don't dislike them. I just know they're not the kind of people that I'd want in my network. They're not the kind of people that are going to inspire me to be a better human being and go to the next level. So look for people who talk about tomorrow compared to yesterday. And look for people that congratulate you for taking action, not condemn you for being a fool.